Hey guys, it's the guy, back with a Mercadian Masques Block draft, and we open a two-headed dragon, not giant, the dragon better than the giant, which is probably going to be the pick here. It's a dragon, I mean, it's good. There's also a Seal of Fire, which is probably the next pick. There's a Mind Bearer, maybe Rock Badger or Sniper will table. Sniper's okay. Rock Badger is fine. Drummer is a very good card. Death Charmer is fine. Sustenance is okay. Cloudscape's okay. I mean, there aren't any yeah, okay, so there are terrible cards in this pack. Even Noble Purpose is fine, but Tidal Bore is like the only true unplayable. But we'll go with the dragon. Dragons are fun. Collective Unconscious. That card is solid, and maybe actually worth something. I don't know about that. It is not, which makes it less desirable. There's an Excise, a Kildon Berserker, an Ogre Taskmaster, another Cloudscape, Ripcade Spider. I think it comes down to one of the red 4-drops. Basically, you have a 5/3 attacker or a 4/3 attacker. So I think we're going to go with the 5/3 attacker here that can occasionally block. I mean, sometimes it's awkward if you want to like hold up regeneration or something, or you have a trick. So it's sometimes hard to get him up to a 5/3, but yeah, it's not that hard without mana burn. So here we have Wind Scouter, which is pretty solid. Groundskeeper is pretty awesome. Oh, jeez. Troubled Healer, Snorting Gar. This guy is just a beating. So hard to deal with. This thing is really good too. I mean, sometimes the drawback is actually an advantage. But the fact that they're like Troubled Healer, I think is the best card here. But the fact that there's Hatchling and Wind Scouter kind of makes me want to go blue. But I guess there's Gar and Groundskeeper too. Jeez. And but Troubled Healer is just. Fuck it. Let's take the healer. Let's take the best card. Ooh, Searing Wind. Costs 9, but it's good. There's a Mind Bearer here though. I mean, Searing Wind does just win games, but you got to get to 9. I guess a lot of games go to stalemates, so if we can get it, we should be able to get to 9 sometimes. Maybe not every game, but it's just such a good finisher. Mind Bearer is quite good. Rebuke, essentially. But you have to play it out. Sometimes, it being a 1/1 is a drawback. Sometimes it's a positive. But we'll go with the Searing Wind. And Pulverize. Here's a Temple. I mean, there's a Seal of Strength, a Cloud Sprite, Spineless Thug, Mog Tootie. But we're going to go with the Topple here. To go with our Troubled Healer. And our pretty awesome late game so far. Okay, and here we have Brutal Suppression. I mean, it's a good sideboard card against Rebels, but I'm white, so I may actually have some Rebels. So Puffer Extract, Rustic Deluge. Deluge isn't bad. Sizzle is not. I mean, it's okay. It's kind of like a small Searing Wind, but much smaller. So I think it's down to Charm Peddler and Puffer Extract. I like the Puffer Extract, especially if we can get something good to go with it. Like like a regenerator or something. Because it's destroy and not sacrifice. Spiritual Asylum. Creatures on land you control have Shroud when a creature attacks. Oh. Wow. The only card that I would think about playing here, I mean, Dehydration's okay. But Giant Caterpillar's a good green creature. I mean, maybe we'll go Naya colors here, you never know. We'll see what happens. Alright, here we have Stone Rain, Tiger Claws. The best card is Scandal Monger here. I mean, meh. This guy is terrible, but he's a lot worse than the Flyer. Because he goes on top instead back to hand. Yeah, let's just take the Tiger Claws. So Rock Badger did table. What was it? What else? There was another red card that was in there. Oh, there was a Seal of Fire. Yeah, that would. I mean, I guess we take the Pro Black. I mean, I could take the Ristic Circle, but yeah, let's just take the Ristic Circle. And there was also a Sniper that someone took over Rock Badger, so that's a little odd. I mean, Deadly Insect isn't terrible, but I think I'd rather just have the Flyer. So there, yeah, like all the green and red cards, or green and white cards were taken out of that. Let's just take that. Still not exactly sure whether I want to be. I mean, I'm definitely leaning towards white, but I'm open to other colors. Oh, we're blue. Freaking card is insane. Ray of Command you every turn. Yeah, this card is ridiculous. There's also a Root Water Commander, a Brainstorm. Herbalist is fine. Shambler's fine. It's a Trenching Steed. He's a fine rebel and one of the better mercenaries too. But Overtaker is just retardedly good. If you've never played with Active Aggression or Ray of Command, you just don't understand how good it is. Okay. We have 2 ticks and a playable in the form of Daze. We have a Food Chain. Glowstone Wall is okay. Fenstalker may actually be the best card in the pack, but we can't take that. Foil isn't bad. Let's see how much Food Chain's worth. I don't think it's worth anything, but these old. Ooh, okay. It's actually worth 4 tickets, which I think is enough to take. I didn't think it would be worth that much. I think Foil and Daze. Daze is definitely worth something. Foil might be worth a little bit. But this pack is pretty bad. Like, save the Fenstalker. So we're just gonna rare draft. And So we have another Berserker. There's a Silver Glade Elemental, which is really good. There's also a Lawbringer, and a Rushwood. Not a Rushwood. The Rushwood. There is a Rushwood Legat, but all the Legats are pretty mediocre. So to be honest, I think it's between Elemental and just Lawbringer. I mean, I'm playing Overtaker, and I'm playing red, so let's just take the Berserker, pass the 2 good cards. Whenever player casts a creature spell, all creatures cost 1 more, essentially. There's a Silverskin Armor, another Brutal Suppression, Cut Purse, Dehydration. I could take Dehydration, I suppose. I mean, it's that or like Silverskin Armor, but I think we're just gonna take the, because I'm not gonna take Sizzle or Brutal Suppression. And I'm playing, at the very least, I'm playing Overtaker. Ooh, Wild Might. That's a good card. But there's also a counter spell. I mean, Rager's okay. I think we might be just going blue now, though. So we'll take the counter spell and see. Close Quarters. Best card here is the Highway Robber. There's also a Briar Patch. But we're going to take the Oxarid. There's a Trenching Steed. We might still be splashing white for Topple and Troubled Healer aren't bad splashes. But we're going to take the Oxarid. It's good against our deck. It's good in most decks. Pathfinder's really solid. Let's see, Warpath. Battle Rampart. But there's a Stormwatch Eagle, so I think it seems like we're going blue. And here, jeez. I guess Blaster Mage. There's a few annoying walls. Worst case, it's a Grey Ogre. Which, I mean, isn't a good worst case, but it's better than a 1-1, I think. Especially when the upside is destroy or hold off multiple creatures on its own. And here, we're going to take the Seal of Cleansing. If we're splashing white anyways, this is not a bad card to have in the sideboard. Lackless Rig can be okay, but it more often than not is just not worth playing. Zombie isn't terrible, just early game is very non-existent in this format. Verdant Field's fine. And here we get... Yes, we're just going to hate the Plague Fiend, I guess. There's a Disenchant. Death Charmer's the best card left. I guess I do have the Seal. I could just take the Death. Yeah, let's just hate the Death Charmer. I don't think I'm going to play Sizzle, so I'm going to take the Brutal Suppression, because Rebel decks can be very annoying. Or Obscure isn't bad. There is Terrain Generator, but more Obscure. Alright, so we're looking blue-red, probably. But, again, we're still pretty open. I mean, we're going to play red and Overtaker. That's, I think, the only things that are set right now. We need to pick up some more cards. Jeez, that's a very good card. There's a Drake Hatchling, Mindbearer, Thresher Beast, Jovial Rider, Mosian Rally. I really don't want to go straight 3 color. Could just take the Flowstone Thopter, or I could take Mind Bearer. But I think if I'm going to take a white card, I think Alchemist is better. Well, Alchemist is definitely better. Could just take the Drake Hatchling. Jeez. This is difficult to pick. Because this is not splashable. That's the problem. Fuck it. Let's just take the Drake Hatchling. We're gonna... We went blue. We're going blue. Armistice is fine. Chieftain and Doll is fine. Warmonger's pretty good. Lunge is better. Another Snorting Gar. I mean, Warmonger, it's hard to get a whole lot of value. You can shorten clocks, and you can eat small dudes, but Lunge is really good removal, and there's not a whole lot in this set. There's another Snorting Gar just laughing at me, but we're gonna go with Lunge. Lunge is quite good. Don't really want to play this Robber Fly, but I'm gonna probably be short on playables. Seal of Fire, that's awesome here. Another Fenstalker. Seal of Removal is fine. Disenchant, Diving Griffin. Lackleth Whelp isn't abysmal for a 1-1. But Seal of Fire is definitely the pick there. Makes up for the one we had to pass taking the Dragon. Okay, and here... Silver Skin Armor, Alabaster Wall. I guess Downhill Charge isn't bad. Deluge isn't that bad either. Rupture's okay. But I think it comes down to Deluge or Charge. Let's just take the Deluge. It's more of a controlling card. And here we have Pious Warriors. Undertaker, Flaming Sword is solid. There's a Hornclaw, it's good. It's a big... for this format, 3/3 is pretty big. That's why Rock Badger or Tabling was a little surprising. But it's a big and it can fly. So we'll take the Hornclaw there. And get a Wandering Eye or a Root Water Commando. The Alley Grifters and Wild Might too. To be honest, I'm not sure which is better here, the Wandering Eye or the Commando. Actually, let's go with the Commando. Jeez. These guys are really good. Like I was saying, 3/3s are big, and then you can also get a flyer out of them. But I guess we can take another Blaster Mage. It's better than Port Inspector. Jeez. Mog Toady is pretty bad, so we're just gonna hate the Silken Fist Order because we can't play it. That's cool. Bolo Warrior is terrible, but Rager, I'm looking to be pretty red, but I think I'm probably gonna have to splash the Troubled Healer and probably the Topple too, just to make counts. And let me see what else I have. Definitely not splashing the Grain. Let's just take another Robber Fly. The rest of these cards are terrible. And I'll take Disenchant. Disenchant's fine. So let's hide the black, hide green, hide the Downhill Charge table. That's cool. funny thing is, it's probably gonna be and Flaming Sword. Flaming Sword is actually pretty good. It's a fun combat trick. What I was saying is downhill charge is probably gonna be played over Robber Fly, but the problem is downhill charge makes me want to play Robber Fly because it's another evasive dude that they will occasionally want to block or not want to block. Because sometimes they'll either want to pitch their hand or they won't. That's just how it works. I'm still questioning myself about that pick, the Thopter versus the Drake Hatchling versus the White Spell Shaper, and I still don't know what's right. I guess you guys can leave me some comments. Okay, so here's what we're probably playing. I mean, I could throw Robber Fly or Second Blaster Mage in there. I kind of want to run 18 lands. Just this format, you want to run a lot of lands. It's got a lot of reasons to want to do that. Yeah. Oh, I missed Searing Wind. Oops. That's definitely going. So if I want to run 18 lands, I gotta cut something. Deluge is on there. Rager should be okay. Downhill charge is probably on the chopping block. I think the rest is safe. Like downhill charge into Searing Wind is going to be game over a lot of the time. But I don't. I think I'm gonna try and play the control route with the Deluge and just fly over for 10 points and then kill with Dragon and or Searing Wind or Puffer Extract on a flyer or something. Puffer Extract on Stormwatch Eagle seems good. You pump it up huge, bounce it. So what removal do we have here? Lunge, we have Topple, Overtaker. Overtaker, just so ridiculous. Blaster Mage to an extent, Rustic Deluge to an extent, Troubled Healer to the nth degree. Searing Wind, if necessary. I really never want to target a creature with it, but you can. I find it humorous that it's an instant. So we have actually a pretty decent amount of removal for this format. The curve is pretty terrible, but that's this format for you. Like there are a lot of threes. So yeah, we'll run with this. Suggest. Don't think I need 3 plans. I think I'm good with 2. And 2/8/8. Two plans for 2 cards. Once if we cast Troubled Healer and Topple in the same game, we can sack all our plans because we don't need them. They're colorless mana after that point. I guess maybe not against blue if they have bounce or something. Which I actually didn't see any. This isn't a bad deck. Red's not my favorite color in the format, but when you get some of the stuff that we got, you kind of have to. But there were signals all over the place.